finished book 7 of the Echoes Saga. I don't know what this trilogy is called. We are on book 7 of 9 of the third trilogy now of the Echoes Saga, the Knights of Erador. And I'm really excited to talk about this one, as I am of all of these, because I enjoy all of these.
This is Doran, son of Doran, our lovable dwarf.
Yeah. How are you feeling about this cover?
Covers continue to be my exception to the rule. I like all of the covers so far. I like all the people on the covers. Normally, I hate covers with people on them.
I think we say this every time. I'm not gonna lie.
We do.
I think this is the weakest cover.
I could see that, and I can understand that, but it's still cool to me. The only thing that's not like going for this one is that 75% of the covers so far have had badass dragons on them. Which one didn't have a dragon? Torin.
3?
No, the Relic of the Gods cover is one of the best covers of all time with Gideon and Largo. Crazy that you don't remember that.
But Empire of Dirt was our
That's what I was saying. Torin.
Yeah, with the pyramid, and the first one is
that one was okay. The first one was okay. Then we had Gideon. Then Fall of the Neverdark was, I think, Asher and Maliath. Oh, it was so good. And then we had Inara, and then we had Begon with his flaming sword. I don't think there was a dragon on that one. And now this one.
I still think it's the weakest, personally.
I agree. I don't know if I think this is the weakest.
I think it's well done. Like, the color scheme is cool. It's got like Doran with the mountains and stuff. It's not bad. I don't think he's a super cool character. So in my head, I'm like,
I can't picture the first one in my head.
It's just Asher just chill.
The second one was also not that strong, but 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 are all like locked in my brain. There you have it.
Okay.
And from there, having a spirited conversation about the cover. Do you hate me?
Do. So we have the whole owl mask and the Assassin's Creed pose on the pyramid in the second one.
But where is the dragon?
Doran's just like standing.
Recency bias, because I just read it. So the cover is cool.
Where's my recency bias?
It's also the wallpaper on my books right now, because I decided I was like, I'm going to make the cover whatever book I'm reading right now. And that lasted for literally 36 hours. Then I finished the book and haven't updated the wallpaper.
Yeah, this book was, I think, 762 pages. And Dakota's like, what if he texted me one day, he goes, what'd you say? I was a villain today. And I was like, okay, did you finish the book? I read 50% today. I'm like, holy shit. Somebody call this man's job.
Hey, it was Saturday.
You should be working on a Saturday if you care. This company is a family.
This company is your lifeblood.
Yeah.
But anyway.
That was some villain work. But I finished it quick.
You finished it quick too. I'm proud of you.
5 days.
Yeah, you finished it.
17th.
You finished it today. So you only took like 3 days longer than me. 2, 3.
I finished in 5 days. So 2 days longer? I don't know. Anyway, doesn't matter. I'm better than you. Well-developed character. This one I think is the most interesting.
Yeah.
Because I think this is the first book, maybe not the first book, but the first sequel book, especially at the start of the new trilogies, that we didn't really get anybody new.
Yeah.
We kind of did. That's a lie.
This one's definitely an easy continuation of the last one.
But I feel like we got different aspects from everybody. Everybody's just trying to settle into their lives post-huge war again 15 years later. You know what? I'm finally trying to figure out what I'm to do. I have time for myself. Set the dough. And just trying to pick up the world together. I mean, we have the king side of Begon. We have all the rangers are out doing the ranger thing. Inara's trying to settle in as the leader of the only Dragorn guardian of the realm type thing. We have a lot of same people but new titles trying to fit into their stuff.
That's true. I wasn't gonna take any points off here, but I was ready to be a little harsh on this category with the caveat that we know all these characters, so nothing earth-shattering was going to happen because we've known all the characters on this one a long time. So it's not like we're gonna see brand new emotions from Asher or Nathaniel. We've known them for a long time, right? But we got a fair bit of the moments between Asher and the Drakes were really cool. The moments of Galanor getting in touch with, it was very reminiscent of Galanor in the third-ish book, maybe the second book, wanting to be more than just a mindless killer. It's very reminiscent of early Galanor, him trying to get in touch with just himself. We got the new Mother of Nightfall. We got Cassian. I liked Cassian.
Cassian was cool. Cassian's had a rough go of it. But even his and Nathaniel's interactions were interesting. I really liked Anara and Athos had their whole turmoil and everything was interesting. And then of course Elijah. Um, I don't know. I thought everybody had like a different. Even
Anara,
Doran, we complained about the last books. I thought he was a
Doran was
real
good this
character
book.
in this.
He got great development this
He
book.
wasn't just a meme. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's on the cover.
This book. It's true. Triumphant return. If you're just joining us for the first time, we're full spoilers, and you probably shouldn't be watching this video if you haven't already read the book.
Or watch it and have it spoiled and then be like, wow, that sounds good, and then read it.
That's also a valid.
I feel like we don't normally go too in depth. Like we give it a review, we give brief synopsis of each one.
But the problem is that you're right, but we always talk about big picture movements like deaths and triumphs and like big baddies. So kind of like really significant plot points always come up. But otherwise, we kind of skirt around like the story as a whole. Anyway, character development was great. I really enjoyed the character. Everything was great. It was good. Unique sides of everybody. We saw Elijah embrace what it looked like he was going to embrace at the end of book 6. And then he was like, no, I'm not going to do that. And then he came back and was like, God among men.
I kind of feel like for all of these books so far, the big twists I've been able to see coming, but they still felt like shocking. Like when I read them, I'm like, I could probably see this happening. Then it happens. I'm like, okay, I figured it was happening, but it happened in a cool way, or it happened in a way that I'm pulling up to see if I have any quotes right now. If I highlighted anything,
I was sad. It was very clear. It wasn't very clear. It was pretty. I feel like if you had to pick a baddie, right? Like Elijah being the baddie seemed like it was going to be a thing. The Knights of Erador, like the title, it all seemed like it was going to point to Elijah. There was a brief moment where it was like, maybe there's actual civil war and not Elijah. And then it was like Elijah. And it was like, ah, man, this makes me sad. I wanted Elijah to be cool. I wanted him to be a bro.
I did highlight only one this time.
Genuflect.
I did highlight a genuflect.
I sent you a picture of it.
You did. Lord of the Rings reference. So it's just the only line is Vigan agreed. He's returned to king. That's the way it should be. And I was like, wow, you just straight up.
I remember that.
He just said he was returned to king, but in my head, I'm like,
Return the king?
He said it again. You can't keep getting away with it. There's a couple of things. Like I always highlight in the book when they say the name of the book in the book. So I highlighted that as well. There's a couple of like really, like for a while I was highlighting some aura moments from Elijah, and then I was like, he's kind of just aura dripping on everybody.
Yeah, you're like, I can't highlight half the book.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I did think, I'm not gonna put this in a category. I'm just gonna talk about it now because I've already got it pulled up. I think the whole Aloria, whatever her name is, dying was so dumb. Like it makes sense, like in the book, but Elijah's like, Elijah's like, hey, everybody just like leave the country. And she's like, no, I will fight you and I will make sure everyone else has time to leave and I will buy you time. And he's like, he just opened the door and said,
he's not killing anybody until you decide to fight him.
Yeah. And then she's like, fight, resist. It's like, if you just went with them and all fought later on, you'd be fine.
Yeah.
So that annoyed me a bit. I hate like plot convenient stupidity. So that bothered me.
Yeah, I get that. I could agree with that.
But originality and creativity.
What am I even supposed to say here? Amazing. It was great. Continues to be great. This whole world is great.
It still feels fresh. It feels like the stakes have been revamped, and it's like, oh, I wonder what else they could do, and it's like, oh, just worse things. Worse things are
crazy. It's not even earth shattering, but it's still like great.
I just don't know, like from here where we go. Like, how do we get 2 more books? This next book is shorter.
How do we get past Elijah? Is he gonna rule the world? Is the bad guy gonna win? What's gonna happen here?
It was foretold by the crow.
Circus.
Engaging
storyline, same thing. What am I supposed to say?
It was to talk about the story and what you liked about it. What did you like about it?
I liked all the Erador stories. That's world building though.
It's still part of the story.
I was engaged the whole time. I liked one thing I forgot to mention that I'm gonna say here just because it's something to talk about. Anara and Athos had me tripping for a minute. Anara was a little annoying. You didn't agree with me when we were texting about it. But I definitely felt like she was being really dismissive to Vigan. Not like there's like neutrality, and then there's like, Vigon, you're overreacting, shut up. And that's what it felt like. And I was like, there's clearly something going on. Even if you think he's being paranoid, why are you being like, ignore all the problems and go solve other things?
But
I was minorly annoyed with her for a minute.
It's fair. I think it was passing because she's like trying to figure out how to be the neutral party is the hard part. And Vigon is her friend, so she can't automatically side with Vigon. So she has to be like, all right, bro, we need proof before you just start nuking the mages. So in my head, I'm like, she's overcorrecting on purpose. So that way she's trying to find that middle ground because she's still new to the job.
15 years new to the job.
She's immortal. 15 years is nothing.
15 years is still 15 years. 365 times 10 is 360, 3,600, 3,650. And then you take half of that is like another 1,800. So she's had 3,650 plus 1,800 days of life to get used to this job.
Yeah, but how many instances does she have of being the middleman and hey, there's like trees?
What's she doing the rest of the time?
15 years?
Just like
chilling with Athos,
genuflecting with Athos.
Oh, Poppy. I'm right here, so we're going to move past this.
You're wrong, but it's okay. The storyline was engaging. It was one of the first books where we didn't really know who the baddie was for a bit. Like, we knew, but we didn't know. And then because he was beaten around the bush, I desperately wanted Elijah not to be the baddie. But storyline it was great.
I liked how we got more important things from Doran, but I want him to be on less, like, investigate and return missions. He, like, left the camp and came back like 3 times doing different things. I'm like, give bro a new task. I mean, he's like the leader of the war people.
He's gonna have a new task now.
I'm interested to see what the dwarves are being sent to the Quicksilver place. I wonder if they're just literally going to be sent there to mine. I don't know what they're mining.
Oh, they weren't sending dwarves. They were sending silver.
Yeah, but they're taking all the dwarves and moving their camp to whatever the place is called. I don't remember. They're relocating all the dwarves. And that's why all the other dwarves in the forest right now with Doran aren't going right to the fight because they're like, oh, the other dwarves are leaving. We can't just have them fight.
Yeah, where the Demetrius is mined?
That's not where it's mined. They're sending the Quicksilver to where that's mined for some reason. And then they're sending the dwarves to somewhere.
It's just called silver, but with a V.
I think the place is called like the place that they're sending them. I don't know off the top of my head, so I just called it Quicksilver.
You're waiting for me to stop looking at you like you're crazy, but I don't know what you're talking about, so I'm going to keep looking at you like
you don't know that all the dwarves are leaving.
No, I know. Yeah. I know the dwarves are leaving. They took all their silver and they sent that off somewhere too.
They sent it to that island that starts with a Q,
where they mine for the element that's at the core of wands and that they had in clothes. So I'm really interested. I think it's Demetrius. I don't know.
Masticles.
But I'm really interested to see what they're going to do with that. I can feel a lore dumping coming. Are we going to get a book 2 lore dump again? His book 2s are notoriously very strong and very lore dumpy.
I have 2 predictions. I don't think one of them is going to come true, but I just want to put it on the record. 1, I think that the dwarves are being sent somewhere to mine because that's what they're good at. That's why he's keeping them alive and hurting them in a camp. 2, what if he does an Adeline thing and decides to try and make a race of something with all the dwarves? And he makes someone even shorter.
Big brain, make someone shorter.
Have them and have. But anyway. I really like the story end this time. I say that like I didn't like the other ones. I typically don't like book 3s as much. This one I thought was very well done. I thought I predicted Reyna getting just wrecked by something. Of course she lives. But I liked the final battles. I thought, because sometimes I feel you could make the argument that every time you have a character go through something and they're about to die and someone comes in and saves them, that it's like kind of redundant type thing. Because it happened a couple of times in the last fight where, oh no, Anara's about to die, and then Asher throws a spear and saves him. And oh no, Vigon's about to die, and Gale. But I feel like it really made sense in this whole scenario to where it was like thematically very good. And then they all left together, which I thought was also very good. So I was on board with
kill a character. It's overdue.
I think we're going to draw out...
Philip, I need you to hurt me. You need to kill someone.
I think we're going to draw out our werewolf death. I hope Doran has to kill him.
I really hope Doran has to be the one to murder his best friend. That would be so cool, guys. Chat, clip that.
I think it needs to happen. Just like you said, he needs to kill somebody. This is especially because of how the sixth book ended, where kind of nobody died. I need this
we're
to
overdue
end
for a
bad.
good death. We're
I
overdue
need
for a good death.
I need Elijah to start killing his friends. I need him to embrace the crow. I wanted him to kill Anara, kill his twin sister. I think,
dang,
yeah.
I liked how bleak the end of this book was. Like our team just feels like downtrodden, and like everybody feels like they've been crapped on. The afterword of this book was really good. Kind of summed up how I felt. Like Philip explaining what he did kind of sums up like. Just did it. Obviously, the author explaining what he did does a good job summing it up. But he said that like he specifically made the final battle like smaller and intimate, and that like every other final battle we've had has been massive. And so this time he said he was really able to like focus in on specific characters' emotions, which was really cool. Like Asher falling back into his old habits and just sort of being a monster. Inara like not wanting to kill her brother, but being like something needs to happen. Vigon being like I need to put him down, and then Elisha just absolute dripping on everybody until he drips too hard and his mom gets shot.
Well, you know what's interesting thematically as well is the fact that he had all these characters have big moments by returning to who they were before they like hit all this development. So you had Asher, like you said, returning to the Arakesh ways. We had Galanor going back to being beast mode. We had Vigon. We had Elijah, who is like gave into his emotion during it, even though he's supposed to be like stoic. So we kind of had everybody like.
I liked that it was done in a way that didn't blow up character development.
It furthered it. I feel like it furthered it by taking a step back.
It's my least favorite thing when you like return a character to a previous version of themselves, but you do something drastic where they're stuck there and they have to repeat character development. That makes me so angry. For who?
You.
We're going to say Game of Thrones? This is crazy.
It's TV show stuff.
Anyway. There's another book we read recently where a memory gap and regressed some character development, and I was upset about that. I don't want to have to cut it out of the video, so I'm not saying what the name is, but I'll tell you later.
Text me.
The chat will never know.
World building and setting. I
like it.
Live
I love
here.
it. I want some more of it. Verda's so good.
Yeah, I really like this world that he's built. I think just get so much. I feel like we didn't get a ton necessarily in this book, but I feel like it's been built up so well that any like addition is just like clearing up the picture, right? Like our resolution is just going up every time we read a book, and it's just becoming a clearer and clearer picture. Because I kind of thought we were going to get more of Erador.
Same.
In this.
Well, maybe we will. Maybe we will.
Which isn't necessarily
book
a bad
2
thing.
lore dump. I like that we got some more Dragon Bond lore. That was cool.
That was really interesting.
That was kind of earth-shattering, too. All of the dragons have been lying to all the humans for ages. And the Goliath was like, I'm still testing you. And I was like, damn.
It feels like he's kind of done a lot. I kind of trust Elijah. I mean, based off of that, he's kind of done a lot of stuff.
They're bonded.
So
it's weird. They should. Why does he need to test him? They should be one brain.
I want Goliath to die, but I want him to say something at the end, so they can't call him the voiceless one anymore. His last words are like, "Fuck."
Goliath the deadless. Goliath the lifeless. We're being bad about saying our points, but so far we've given 1 point in every category.
Yeah.
Storyline a point, story end wrap up a point, world building and setting a point, pacing and structure.
This is a long book.
Pacing was great.
I didn't feel bad about the pacing though.
I read this one this was probably top 3 quickest ones I've read.
Which is silliness in terms of how long it was. The structure was really good too. I liked our setup.
Yeah.
How we got to where we were. Because this one almost felt like we had, from our different POVs, you could tell when we went to the next chapter. So like, say, I don't know, Doran's chapter was 3 days. Then the next POV started back on day 1 and then went up to 3 days and like kind of got all the characters where they needed to be. I don't know. It felt noticeable, but it felt good. I liked it.
Yeah, it was good. Structure was great. Gave it a point. Emotional impact. Rip Clara.
She got. I almost wish we would have gotten to like know her a little bit more to make us care about her specifically more. Because I didn't care that she got nuked. I cared for Cassian.
You know what he could have done? He could have made her pregnant.
I just thought about that. That would have been a little too far.
It was so sad. Would it have been too far? Would it have been heartbreaking? It was.
I would have loved
sad. It was sad for Cassian, but it could have been sadder. But it was still sad because it was like a lot of weight on like how she's just the light of his life. But it could have been a smidge sadder. We could have seen a touch more of the two of them doing something meaningful. Like, we got some good context for their life that makes it sad, but we could have just seen like a touch more, like something intimate that was,
or
like,
even have them like have a dinner together and like have just a normal conversation, because everything was like, oh, Cassian, you're like being weird today. He goes, no, I gotta go. It's fine. And then leave. So it's like,
yeah, it was just a lot of potential, right? Like, they could have, you know what they could have done? They could have had Cassian and Claire could have had Nathaniel and Raina over for dinner, and I think that would have done it.
yeah, but Cassian fucking hated them.
Right, but he was like escorting them, and it could have been something with Claire being like,
It could have been.
Claire could have been like, they're heroes from the war. I'm going to make dinner.
You need to
And
be
you're gonna
better
be
at your
nice.
job. Invite them over.
Yeah, it could have been something simple like that, but it was still fine. It was still sad.
And
it
then
could have been sadder.
Elijah too, I feel like all of his interactions with the people that he betrayed, his parents, Inara, Vigon, were all very emotional.
Yeah,
sad.
Biggest sad.
Big aura too. Talk about emotional crazy work. I feel like on Elijah's end.
Yeah, dude is he's just styling on people, man. For writing style and prose, I wrote, Philip is an incredible writer. Thank you very much.
I like Philip, and I would like to move on. Here's your point.
He's just so good.
Meaningful themes, depth. This was, I think, one of the more
thematic ones.
Thematic and deep.
Yeah.
I feel like the other, like, book 4 was my favorite, I think, stakes wise. But I think this was the deepest book by far in terms of, because we've been with these characters for so long, and now they're going through all these like heartbreaking things on top of like all the themes we're dealing with. So I think this one was definitely the toughest for characters and for, I guess, us, the reader. I liked it.
Yeah, I really liked the smattering of
cheese jam.
Why did I just lose my train of thoughts? What do my notes say? I liked the like sprinkling, the schmattering of political intrigue that we got in this one.
Yeah, I think he was testing the waters with his writing and stuff with this one, because with the
can
mother.
I do this?
Can I write about this political intrigue?
But I liked it. Like Vigon trying to figure out the kingdom, like the Civil War stuff. That was a little more political intrigue than the previous books.
There was actually some games of chess being played instead of like, I am king, I am mad, I am beheaded.
Yeah, first trilogy was like that. I am king, I am mad, I am king, I am on Valinus' side. It was a lot simpler, but this one was like political intrigue. Gave it a point.
Big point.
Good. And then,
do we even talk about rereadability and lasting impact? What a stupid question.
We're clearly gonna keep reading. We're
so good,
impacted.
Dude.
Yeah.
And it's one of those that like, I'm all like, I want a story to end. I don't want it to go indefinitely. Like, even like Red Rising. Give me the last book. I love it. I don't want 100 books of Red Rising. I want there to be a peak story, end it high. But this one, I want more. Like, because I know we have like prequels and stuff like that. Like, I'm excited to read the main story, but I'm like, I'm excited to know what else.
Yeah.
Is out there in the ether, in the Verda.
Yeah, what's the past going to be like?
The Crow could tell us.
Anyway,
Maybe he will. Well, he's dead, so probably not.
In the past, he won't be alive yet.
Can you raise a Reaver from the dead twice? I don't remember if he said, like, you can behead a Reaver and then he die. But you just put them back together, because you just need the bones to make them before. So could he just like stick the head back on and little tape?
some super glue, some Flex Seal.
Polish it off and call it good. Maybe I'll message Philip on Instagram. Be like, hey, I have a quick question.
You should.
Be like, hey, buddy.
Buddy, oh boy, oh pal.
Can you bring these guys back?
But anyway, incredible.
This is a 10 out of 10 book.
10 out of 10. I don't think I'm giving it an 11 out of 10.
Think you are?
No. I said I don't think I am.
I think that this book might be the closest. Recency bias, though, might be the closest to an 11 out of 10 out of all of them. I always like book ones. Book ones are almost always my favorite. I think book 2 was really good with the lore dumps. Book 4 had the highest stakes with the tone difference. I think 7 and 4 were close, but I almost like 7. I'll have to contemplate this. I'm still only giving it a 10, but I think it's the closest.
Yeah, it was good. I don't know what I'm supposed to have wrong with these books.
Maybe we should make an alternate version of this where we just tear it apart, but like may have to make stuff up, because I can't think of anything real that I would be like, this
book was a
terrible.
4 out of 10. But we give it a 2-star out of 5.
Was
Gigabuns? All
right. That was the Knights of Erador. That was book 7 of 9 in the Echoes Saga.
We're getting close. It's going to be so satisfying.
Quaintrell. It is.
It's going to be so satisfying to be done with Echoes. That's crazy.
I will say, if I had to say something.
If I had a death note.
I am a little nervous for book 9. I don't know how it's going to wrap up, because historically, in my opinion, for those that don't speak shorthand, I feel like his endings, like big endings in the trilogies, are not my favorite. So I'm curious how this one is.
Oh, that's true. We kind of had some beef with how he wrapped up the trilogies.
So we'll see. I'm excited to find out. Well, thank
Me
you for
too.
watching. Thank you for being here. We are
Yeah.
going to read. We were sent an indie book. We actually sent two. I'm not sure which one we're going to read yet. So once we figure that out, we will.
You'll see a video.
We'll see a video. But then after that, we're hopping into book 8. But yeah, thank you for watching, and we will be seeing you next time.
RSQ out.